Balcony forests on all 23 floors of these Milan skyscrapers. They're the world's first living buildings. Around 800 trees have already been planted on them. The Bosco Verticale project is set for completion in late 2014. The two towers were designed by the renowned architect Stefano Boeri. Until recently, he was also a politician. In 2011, he stood for election as mayor of Milan and only just lost. Then he was appointed Councillor for Design, Fashion and Culture, but was dismissed 2 years later. Boeri is a passionate advocate of green urban planning.
There is an alternative to the simple idea of implement the sustainability of the city through, let me say, mechanical devices, which is simply to multiply the presence of nature within the city. I am not against all what has been done in Germany or in Europe for solar energy. I think it's absolutely necessary to continue in that direction, but I think that we have to put together these two ideas.
Milan is best known for its cathedral and also as a fashion capital. It's one of Europe's most densely populated cities, home to around twice as many inhabitants per square kilometer as Berlin. Heavy urbanization means people share resources, which is great for the environment. But there's very little greenery amid all the concrete. The Bosco Verticale would change that. At first, however, plenty of people were skeptical.
Nobody was thinking that we were really serious and convincing of the possibility to build such a building. It's really something completely new. So I was totally aware of obstacles, of constraints, of troubles from the beginning. I think that the biggest obstacle is the wind.
Wind force and speed increase with altitude, so the trees would be uprooted quickly if they're not planted in deep soil. But the weight of too much dirt would affect the building's structure. The project's interdisciplinary team had to find a lightweight substrate while ensuring the trees remained windproof. This tricky task was given to botanist Laura Gatti from the University of Milan. She developed a special soil containing a layer of volcanic rock. It's lightweight and full of useful nutrients. The formula was perfected in the laboratory. It gives the trees space and stability and also meets their nutritional demands.
The blend that we developed is made up of natural soil, a compost-like organic substance, and pumice stone, which makes the soil lighter. Our studies have shown that this is the blend that works best.
The trees were chosen according to which direction they would face and their ability to resist heavy winds. To make sure they would continue to grow after they'd been transported to the skyscrapers, they first spent 2 years above ground in a nursery in an air-permeable foil wrapping.
This method of cultivation protects the small roots from damage. Even once the trees have been transported, the roots remain firmly planted in the soil. That way, the tree continues to acquire the water and nutrients it needs, even once it's been replanted.
The trees were then put to the test in a wind tunnel. Along with the special soil and careful cultivation methods, the team developed a grid and belt system to anchor the trees in the ground, giving them even more protection from high winds. Boeri sees the Bosco Verticale as a pioneering project that blurs the boundaries between the city and the countryside. He hopes it will inspire other similar designs.
This is an experiment, it's a live experiment. So let's see what will happen in terms of behavior of the neighborhoods, in terms of reaction of this organic presence, because they're live. We are expecting, for instance, something in relation with the possibility of population of birds to have here.
The vertical garden absorbs 20 tons of carbon dioxide a year. That doesn't sound like much, but Boeri is convinced that the microclimate's effects are enormous. The skyscraper protects against dust and noise and lowers the surrounding temperature by about 2 degrees, so the building doesn't need air conditioning.
What is difficult to convince the people that all this is about economy, and in a moment of crisis it's extremely important. So it's not simply about what's environmental or style of lifestyle. It's really something that we need nowadays.
Undeterred by the obstacles he faces, Stefano Boeri is continuing his push to make Milan a greener city. He claims his living buildings will only cost around 5% more than normal skyscrapers. They just need to find broad acceptance.